Hey guys, how y'all doing? Our great and impervious leader, ACRaceBest, is late for his own panel. So we're gonna buy him some time until he shows up.
Alright, let's play a game. Let's play tic-tac-toe in the meantime, okay?
How do we do so without a piece of paper?
X.
That's a bad website.
like in the air, just do like that.
I'd probably still lose. So y'all having fun this morning? I know. Did any of y'all get any sleep last night? No? Good. Then just a little bit? Well, did anybody stay up the entire night and you did? What did you do? There you go, yeah.
Did you play Mario Party? That's cool. Oh.
So what panels y'all looking forward to today? Besides this one. Besides his panel.
But by the way, for those who, speaking of my panel real quick, my panel is at panel room 2, not 1. I think it says 1 in the schedule, but it's actually in 2 in the same time, so just so you know.
It's number 1 in my heart. But I'm gonna skip it anyway. I want to get some breakfast. Yeah, second breakfast coming up. I'm a hobbit.
Second breakfast.
Yeah.
Pancakes.
That beautiful moment.
Pancakes.
Waffles.
Pancakes.
Are you a pancake?
No, I'm just referencing Scouts from Team Fortress.
Pancakes.
Okay. We had a huge debate not too long ago about what's better, waffles or pancakes. Raise your hand if you prefer waffles. Okay, you're correct then. Hi, pancakes?
Pancakes.
Oh, you're wrong. Leave the panel.
Love and tolerate, right?
They are both breakfast syrup.
Have you ever had one of those chocolate tacos, like the ice cream kinds? Taco? Those things are amazing. What's that?
Chocolate tacos.
A little bit. Don't call them. Consequences will never be the same.
You done goofed, dude.
You done goofed. So, how many of you guys actually have seen Bronies React? How many of you have never heard of it and this is new to you? What do y'all think when I say Bronies React? What comes to mind? Like to what? Like, have you all seen like teens react or kids react? So that's the connection. We're like, oh, I guess it's their own version of that. Yeah.
Like the history behind
Race, come on, hurry.
Race.
He's
Why
late.
are you filming this? You're part of the
That's
show.
that's so unlike him.
What are you, an idiot? Hi.
You sleep well?
Well, I just want to give a prop to everyone who woke up early enough to find out that the schedule changed.
Early.
Unlike
it's
me.
11:30.
Good job. Good morning, everybody.
We didn't know actually until like this morning.
So, let's see here. First off, I need to do this at every panel. You guys don't even need to know what this is about because we're vlogging. Hi.
Good morning.
Hi, Toom.
Better late than never, right?
This is two conventions in a row that I was late to the Bronies React panel. They're going to start being like, you know what, we're going to schedule at 11:35.
It happens when it happens, all right?
Hi, everybody. So good morning. What were we talking about?
Talking about how you were late.
Oh.
And waffles and pancakes too. We just had a discussion, very serious discussion about what's better.
All right. Well, if we could.
You did.
Okay.
You're going to ask them to raise their hands with like waffles, right?
No.
No, okay, never mind.
No.
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
I already know everyone raised their hand for waffles.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We're already,
You can like both, but waffles more. That's all that we ask. All right. So how's everyone doing today? How many of you were here yesterday? All right, great. So we have, looks like quite a few people who weren't here yesterday as well. So welcome to Fiesta Equestria. This is the first panel of the day that I'm aware of, right? I just woke up.
We have some other panels and some other panel rooms, but the first one for this room.
That's what I meant.
Yeah.
Well, I looked at the schedule and I get confused.
I got it right here.
This is why my girlfriend Sarah's here. She and I were both like, I was brushing my teeth while she was like combing my hair. It was great. But she's on her way over here right now. But She's like in charge of the schedule. So Saber and I will be like, so
She's our agent in a lot of ways, except she doesn't get paid.
she's calling me right now. Hello?
Put it on speaker.
That's fine. Can you make it down here anyway? Just sneak in. Tell them ACRaceBest let you. I'm wearing her badge. I found your badge. I'm wearing your badge. I lost mine, yes. Okay, I'll see you soon. Love you. Bye. Further proof that it was a very early morning for me. I mean, 11:30. Wow, the sun was not even setting
the
yet.
West Coast, so right.
Yeah, so I mean that only made it 9:30, but yeah, there's my girlfriend's bad.
Complain about time zones when we're sitting with somebody who's from Israel.
What?
What time is it over there?
What time is it over there? It's like 11 hours before time zone, I think, something like that. It's like +2 GMT time. I don't know what it's count. Whatever, it's
Too
really
early
late.
for math.
Yeah, it's right now.
I was gonna say you're making me do math already.
What? I don't do math.
So have you guys introduced yourselves already?
No, I'm SaberSpark, guys. Hello.
I'm ACRaceBest. Hi.
I'm the Living Tombstone. Hi.
Fine.
What's really fun about this convention and this panel is that this is the first time we've gotten Tombstone up here. So very excited about that. Thanks for joining us up here, man. Obviously, Tomb's been around since the very beginning, the very first Bronies React that ever went up. Unlike SaberSpark ever was.
Hurt my feelings. You didn't invite me to the first one.
I just didn't know who you were yet.
And that hurts my feelings.
So how many of you have seen Bronies React? Oh, that's okay. All right. What I like is that some of people in the audience didn't raise their hands. Basically, what Bronies React is I think you were starting to talk a little bit about this, but it's a series that spawned because the Fine Brothers they have a series that started as Kids React, which it was kids reacting to memes, and then just internet memes. Memes. Nah. And then they were like, hey, let's go a step further and do a Teens React, and we'll have those teens react to kind of more mature topics and whatnot around the world. And one of the topics they had them react to was My Little Pony. They showed them the intro and said, all right, why do you think a bunch of older guys like this show? And they were like, I don't know. What was that? So it wasn't the most flattering of responses on their part.
One guy was really cool.
There were a couple. There was one guy who's like, I love the show. I'm joining the herd.
Was he like in the next episode wearing a Brownie t-shirt?
No, that was the guy who hated the show.
Yeah, that's
The next episode, there was a guy who's like, hey, so let me in. And so what?
You bro hove with feet, right?
Yeah, right? So bro hug everybody. So what happened was I looked at this and I'm like, it'd be kind of funny, I would think, if we reacted to their reactions. And thus, Bronies React to Teens React to My Little Pony Friendship Was Magic was born. And in my head, I'm like, it'll be an interesting turnout. We'll see how people like it. We had Tomb on there. We had Soulrack on there. Dusty Cat was on it. Yeah, there was a group of us on there. And, in my head, I was like, I wonder how this will do. I wasn't expecting in 3 days it would hit 100,000 views.
You got a phone call.
Thank you. That's my girlfriend telling me how dumb I am.
Of course. I'm the one calling you. I'm your girlfriend.
Hello? All right. I'll be right there.
All right, I guess he has to go let her in.
Bye. Okay, now it's our panel, right?
Awesome. So,
Bye.
hey, Tombstone.
Bye. You won't be missed. Bye.
Any games you've been playing as of late that you've been enjoying?
Mario Kart 8.
How is that?
It's really good. I got a Wii U recently. It's a really good system.
What's your favorite character?
Princess Peach.
Really?
Gold Princess Peach. I'll call her Jeff Goldblum.
Oh, we're talking about Mario?
Yes.
Luigi. Luigi. It's Jeff Goldblum, dude.
Good morning.
Is she breaking up with you?
Well, That's like every day.
You know what you could do? It's like going to be like Groundhog Day. You're just going to repeat the panel again and again.
And yeah, well, the funny part about it, too, was how she's like, are you wearing my badge? And in my head, I'm like, Sarah, do you really think
Oh, hi.
Oh, yes, I am wearing your badge. That does say Toodles and not ACRaceBest. I need to find my badge. They're going to kick me out.
I gave it to the charity auction.
Thanks.
It's going to be devalued, actually.
I know, right?
You got to pay them now.
Hi, Sarah. Sarah, ladies and gentlemen. The one who puts up with me.
Truly a very patient woman.
Yes. So yeah, that basically boils it down. That's how the series started. It was incredibly successful, a lot more successful than I ever would have imagined it would have started out. And that's why we were like, well, why don't we continue it? And then the next episode was around the conflict with Derpy, which was in itself kind of a serious episode too. Right. Yeah. And so, you know, we took that and then came when we started reacting to episodes. And the episode ones are a bit silly, I guess you could say.
The entire series is silly.
Excuse me. We Bronies take our reacting seriously.
I wore a turkey baster on my head for you.
All right.
And I loved every moment of it.
I love how there's a Tumblr post with that picture and it has like the title Bronies React and it has like 80,000 notes on Tumblr.
I'm just waiting for like some future employers like, so Steven, can you explain this to me? No.
It was a marketing ploy and it worked. But yeah, so
what's marketing? Selling turkey basters?
Yes.
Our turkey baster is so amazing and tape it on your head.
Multi-use. It's fantastic.
Squirt it on the turkey.
Yeah, so unless you guys have anything to add, first off, again, I want to thank everybody for joining us at this panel. Really excited to have you all here. Really excited to be here in Houston, Texas. And yeah, if we could kind of jump into Q&A, and if you guys have any like specific questions, like I still don't know what Bronies React is, and now I'm really confused. You can ask that question. So yes. We have done reacts to a couple fan works, maybe less. Not necessarily less popular ones, but maybe not the favorites in the fandom.
Infamous is the word you're looking for.
Infamous, that's the word. We've reacted to a couple Cupcakes animations.
Oh, right, yeah.
As well as Smile HD, yeah. And for any kids in the audience, don't look those up, please.
Unless you're alone, then you can.
Or at least don't let your parents see that you're looking at it.
Yeah. Before the next question, just be sure there's like people in the live stream repeat your question and then, you know.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Because they can't hear us. There are people who apparently...
So someone was asking if we've reacted to, or will react to any fan works. See, Tim's a master at this stuff.
He showed up on time.
He did. Thank
With
you.
his
Why? As far as other fan works, that's never out of the question. It's just... I know about the time Snowdrop came out, Double Rainboom also came out, and then there was something else that was, I think there might have been an episode that was also coming out too, and I think that's why there was so much happening at once. Plus, that was, if I'm correct, I think that was around convention time, and it gets super clogged with timing on those, and that's clogged.
Toilets.
Okay. The sad part was. This is how this panel will go. He talked about toilets, and I'm like, do you remember we were having that conversation about plungers can't be any more perfect?
Yes. No, we were talking about, like, what technology cannot be improved upon. It's like the pinnacle of, like, technology itself. I'm like, a plunger? It's perfect! To add on to that story, I was driving to church, and I saw this little sign that says, clogging classes. And I thought, well... just talk to me on Saturday night after tacos, and I'll teach you everything I know. I'm like, oh, the shoes, never mind.
But yeah, so to answer your question, it's always a possibility. Yes.
Yeah, I was
talking about clogging.
Clogging toilets. I hope that answered your question.
Next question. Well... all right, so she's asking how long does it take to get all the footage for for the videos and the process. I'm going to actually start with you two.
Does that include us playing TF2 for about like 3 days before we start?
It should, because that's a vital part of the process.
It's team building.
Yeah, right?
That's why there's so many bronies in Team Fortress 2. Now I get it. Okay. Okay,
right.
never mind. So,
Ticked off with like Pinkie Pie just sniped you, and it's like,
Why Pinkie Pie? Twilight Sparkle is dominating you.
so that explains it. Anyway, so, alright, process. Well, SaberSpark does the editing, but initially when it all comes to it, it's like, SaberSpark, he and I, we chat a lot, and whenever he has an idea for like a new Bronies React, he comes to any one of us. Stop it. You know, I have like ADD. It's just like, if you do something, it just breaks my concentration. It's just brain fart all over. Stop! Stop doing this to me. Anyway, so, he comes to any one of us. He asks us, hey, I have like this, script where it's like basically like stuff from the episode where you think we should react to, but it technically gives us the freedom to react to whatever we want in that, clip or episode or anything. Stop it. And it's just like, this is the deadline, record your stuff. And every time that it tells us this is the deadline, we all record it on the day of the deadline because we're so lazy.
Yeah.
It's like, all the time, it's the same thing, except for a few exceptions where sometimes either of us feel like, oh, okay, let's record it earlier this time, but that never happens.
No. And then, it's funny you bring that up, because I'll be like, okay, let's see, 2 weeks. I like to give people enough time to get their footage in. That's one reason why the reacts usually come out, like, say, about a month after the episode airs. Some people are like an hour after the episode, where's the Bronies React? Like, what's going on? And the reason for that isn't, like, some people, I've heard some people ask, like, does it take so long because then you have to, like, write what everyone says and then send it to them? I'm like, no. Basically, what happens is I know that everyone that does these videos, has a life. And I like to just not be like, hey, I need this fast. I just try to say, like, usually it's about 2 weeks. Sometimes I try to narrow it down to a week just to speed up the process.
Which we promptly ignore.
And thank you. But it is funny because then I'll, working with like 8 to 10 people on these, reacts, they're pretty big collabs in a short amount of time. And, like Toom said, I'll keep in contact with people and they'll be like, don't worry, I'm going to film my stuff today. Next day. No, I'm going to film it tomorrow.
No, next day, 2 weeks later. Oh, where is it?
Right.
Can you give me one more tape, please, and I'll record it for you? Okay,
oh,
sure.
Okay.
Okay,
So,
Then
Daddy.
you have D Notive where like he'll like film it like D Notive. Do y'all know who D Notive is?
Yeah, boy.
He's a musician. He's really
He's a great musician, but he's an awesome human being. He's one
Yes,
of my
he
favorite
really
friends
is.
ever.
he's beautiful.
on the inside and the outside. He's very well spoken and has very eloquent thoughts. And like when he films the stuff, like you told me this, he'll film like 2 hours worth uncut. And he's like, here you go. And he's like, have fun logging that.
No, yeah, he's great. Everyone that's been on the reacts, I want to give a shout out to everyone who has been on the reacts on the live stream. Everyone just wave at the camera right now. Woo! Hi, everyone that's been on the reacts. Thank you.
Hi, people on the live stream. Probably there's like 2,000 people there. It's like, who's this camera? There's people. Okay.
So really, as far as the process goes, everything comes together, like I said, about 2 weeks, sometimes 2.5. I get everyone's footage, edit it down, then re-edit it, then put it in order, and get everything going. So it usually is about a month process. If we can narrow it down, which I've tried a couple times, sometimes we get it out a little bit sooner. This last react was like a 3-week turnover. I was like really proud of that. Everyone's like, 3 weeks.
We're professional brony reactors,
We're professional. I love when people ask that too, because I put this little title screen at the beginning that says professional bronies on close course. Do not attempt. And people are like, oh, what makes you a professional brony? How do I become? They're like, I'm like, it's a joke. I'm not trying to say anything.
Well, professional means that we have, as a profession, it means that we're getting money, so.
Right, we're being paid by Hasbro, right.
Wait,
We're not being paid by anyone. What are you talking about?
Oh, you guys didn't get those checks.
Wait a second.
Hold the
You monetize these videos. Where's our cut?
Yeah.
I wish I could monetize the
I
videos.
want my 53 cents.
Talking about monetizing, the videos have like half of them are just clips of the show that we're reacting to. So obviously, I can't monetize. Don't tell Hasbro.
Hasbro.
They're probably checking right now, like, no, there's no ad here. There's actually pony ads on my videos because Hasbro's already found them and said, "Oh, we can take advantage of it."
My videos, some of their videos, like for Ballad or Chronicles, they'll say, "Check out more from Hasbro Studios" on their own YouTube page. I'm like, that's mine.
Tim,
They're like, no, that's ours that you're using from us, so it's ours.
you do music, obviously.
Right.
Have you ever had a claim that you're like, where did this come from?
It only happened on just the Smile remix, and that's the only one I had. That's because, when it comes to monetizing videos that have like clips from the show, anything that relates to the show, I just know, it's a gray area. I won't like monetize any of those, and I don't mind not monetizing them because I know that if I do that, I would get like my butt ripped off by Hasbro.
Hasbro's like, that's our 53 cents. We need it for this quarter. For the time period, not the both.
All right, next question. Yes? All right. So the first question that he asked was, how do I choose the bronies on the Bronies React? And then the second one was about how do you deal with basically the people who don't like bronies? My worst story.
In regard to the first question, that totally depends on like some situations because, you originally contacted, let's say, me, I remember through YouTube PMs, I think it was, back when PMs was a thing, and YouTube didn't remove it!
I can't find
and,
them
like,
anymore.
screwed everything up because
Thanks, YouTube.
least we have Google
I could just talk about this for an hour about how I hate YouTube just changing everything because they want to make more money!
Yeah.
Anyway, screw YouTube. So he PM'd me back when it was a thing, and he just told me, "Hey, would you like to be on this Bronies React thing?" And I, looked it up and then saw the concept, and I liked it, and so I joined in. But after you gathered people, it's like you asked us if we know anyone specific who could be nice to be on that. And sometimes there's one-offs who, like some of my friends that I recommended to be on the Bronies React, that were pretty cool, but after that they weren't interested in doing more of that. So
They're
really
like,
depends.
this show sucks. I don't want to be part of this.
Ew.
So really, the first one is the most interesting one, I think, is because that one I was literally going around on YouTube typing in bronies with a camera, just to see what would pop up. And
Safe search on.
very important. So what, I went around and that's how I came across, guys like Denotive and Dusty Cat. Dusty had his manliest brony video out, and I was like, and in my head, I'm talking to guys, including Toom, thinking, there's no way that these guys are going to be like, because I always point out this number, and this, for anyone who's making YouTube videos and going, man, if you feel like it's a struggle or you're not really getting a lot of followers, I had 167 total subscribers by the time I hit upload on the Bronies React video. So things can change really quickly. You just never know which project is going to be the one that just nails it out of the water.
Exactly.
Nails it out of the water? Do you work at the Home Depot by any chance? I see the problem with your water. There's not enough nails.
Yes. So that one came together, kind of just people put faith in me saying, all right, I like Tim said, they liked the idea of the project. There were a couple guys that I had contact, like I bring to Lowell's and Mike the Microphone, who initially were like, I'm down with this, but then ran out of time to do it. So, there were a couple people who also didn't make it there, but the six of us who were on it, it set the precedence for that one. And then, from there, you talk about specific people, like we had Bald Dumblerat on the Derpy React, and she's very well known for doing her Derpy, impressions and everything on YouTube. So, what I like to do, especially with Equestria Girls, that was an interesting one. For that one, I specifically wanted to find a group of people who liked the movie, who were like, I don't really care about the movie, and people who hated it, because I wanted to have it across the board. I didn't want it to be leaning too much one way, too much the other way. So when we got to, because when I do two versions of the Bronies React, is the actual one where we react to the content, and then whenever I put up a bonus, that's generally the questions that come with it, and the bonus is usually the really insightful part that no one cares about. They're like, you're not funny. But that's where we kind of really look into what did you like about this, what didn't you like about this, and just kind of questions on that part. So really, it just kind of goes with the flow, I guess, on choosing who's going to be on it. We have a couple normal reactors, like the two guys sitting next to me, and then I always like to get someone new in on ACRaceBest. So we have a couple people that are potentially lined up for future reacts too that I think you guys would really like. But I'm not going to tell you who. I'll just tell you later. Just kidding. All right. Next.
No, there's the second one, which is like, what's... yeah.
This is why Tomb, I'm like, Tomb, I need you on a panel because...
No. I have my own panels to run. Thank you, bye.
I'm going to let you two answer this one first about bad, if you've ever had a bad experience out there. I know.
All right, you go first. Brony Brotherhood. It just makes me laugh so hard.
Brony Brother.
It's like, what
Is that a group on Facebook or something?
It's like they're like, we'll destroy all bronies by posting dirty pictures of them, of the ponies. And I'm like, oh.
Just remove yourself from the group, but you'll be better.
It's the internet. Like, it's just. I never had a really bad experience. Like, you get like hate like on YouTube comments, but the best thing about the internet is you can like close your laptop and walk away. The end.
That's the worst scenario. I mean,
Yeah,
you've
I know,
been in the panel for a long time, dude.
I lifeguarded for 10 years of my life. I've had parents shout at me for letting their kids drown in the pool.
What?
Because I didn't put a life vest on their kid, and I didn't know that their kid couldn't swim. It's like, how dare you let my kid fall in the water unsupervised? I'm like, I'm the one rescuing him, giving them to you, and you're getting angry at me. No, I'm not joking. This actually happens. More often than you think. Suburban parents are stupid.
I don't know why it just sounds so stupid, but it's also true, which is kind of like, so wait, the question was like in regards to people who hate bronies or bronies who did something stupid, or is it both, or? Oh, dumb experience.
Sitting on this panel.
Dude!
I know where you sleep.
Don't worry, I wake up before you, so I'm good.
Yeah, you did.
MLG, pro MLG. Anyway, so I don't know. It's like I think the dumbest experience that I had was I don't know. It's like I remember like a long time ago there was this weird like chick who just she went with a big fanfic book. And she was like, "Hey, Tombstone, can you sign this for me?" And I just signed it without even looking what it was. And it was like signing like the devil for like marking in blood and just, and when I discovered what it was about, it was a huge fanfic where it was no joke, like a big, weird fanfic about me, Urbit Brony, Alex S, and many other bronies just doing crazy stuff in there. By crazy stuff, 18 plus stuff.
Where can I find this?
I just don't know, and I felt creeped out the whole time, and it's like, oh. I hope she sells it on eBay, so I'll buy it in $1 million and just burn it.
Chapter 2, Tombstone.
As far as people that because there are people obviously out there who are like, bronies this, bronies that, and it pops up a lot on YouTube. When I made the first Bronies React, I told myself this is going to be one of those videos that you're going to get a ton of haters commenting on, a lot of people coming in, and that's why I actually was surprised when there were more likes than dislikes on the video at the beginning. I was like, oh, okay, that's a good start. But, I mean, there were a ton of people that also showed up to post, hateful comments and whatnot.
And I mean every word I said.
I know you did. But besides SaberSpark, really, it's almost a cliche answer, but you just, when you get into making content, you have to take the good with the bad. And you really, if it's constructive criticism, if it can help you, absorb it. Even if it's something you're like, I don't like that I had to find that out, but I can grow from this. Where if it's just a comment that pretty much none of them I can repeat, but if it's just a comment that's like, oh, all bronies are blank, they're not. So why I don't really give any time to that kind of stuff.
It's like you're panning for gold. Like you're just. And you're getting the bad stuff out, you're looking for the good ones, for the constructive criticism. But yeah, you're right. You're gonna, no matter what you do, if you're getting people watching your stuff, you're gonna get some bad comments. This is part of the job. You just got to deal with it.
Yeah, it's part of the internet. You almost just have to go in expecting it. If you don't get a lot of it, then that's just the bonus.
If people aren't hating you, then you're doing something wrong.
All right. So
I always think that if you have bad comments, then it means that you hit it big, because it's like, it's always at that point, it's like, if you see bad comments, yes, I did it.
Yeah, when people start subscribing to you so they can just bash on your content, that's one thing.
Yeah, I'm gay. Yes. That's when you know you made the big times.
Right. All right.
Thanks, YouTube comments.
Question over here. But we'll go you and then you.
We'll try to do it as quickly as possible, because what time is it now? Checking on your
It's
phone.
my
How do you
phone.
turn your phone? Here we go. It's 12, so we have 30 minutes.
That means it's almost lunchtime in
Your question?
California.
How did we first meet, and what was our first impressions of one another?
It's just you two. I'm not involved in this.
Well, I'm trying to think. I think, didn't we meet through Soul Rack?
Actually, yeah. Oh.
It was.
Introduce you to my friend!
I mean, I don't necessarily remember like how I met Solark initially. I think it was also kind of like through YouTube PMs and stuff like that. But what happened is that, what was it that Solark told me? I think that wasn't you PMing me. I think it was Solark telling me that you wanted to do something, and I agreed to it because Solark is someone I knew already. And through him, I just liked the fact that you had a pretty cool idea. It's like to do a Bronies React thing. That's why we kind of like all joined together and did stuff like that. And did we meet in BronyCon 2012? Like
No,
We did.
2013.
yeah, we did. But
We hung in the
yeah.
vendor hall.
Yeah, right.
Match.
No, it wasn't friendship.
And then as far as Saber and I go, it's kind of a funny story because really we met through the Reacts. Well, not through the Reacts. The first time I ever sent a message to this guy was because he put up a video about Derpy. About like get over it or something, and it was Spike. but
Stop crying!
But it was like it had like the sad music from Lord of the Rings when Gandalf falls down. And I'm like, and in my head I'm like, I know this song, but I can't remember what it was from. So I sent him a message saying, "Can you help me out? Like, what music did you use here?" And you sent me the message back.
I was hovering my mouse over the delete button. I'm like, oh, he's a help him out. It's Gandalf's fall from Gandalf the movie.
Yeah, but. Thanks. But so we did the React together. We got to know each other a little bit, but we never really hit it off.
The speed dating thing we did was pretty good too.
That helped. It helped. Yeah. I mean, I was actually kind of realizing how odd you were at that point.
Every time we switched tables and made a move away from each other, I'm like, he's the one.
And every time I tried to get away from him, he kept telling me, "You're the one." But yeah, so really, EQLA was when we first hit it off. The first EQLA.
We met in person at Everfree Northwest, and it was funny because we act stupid, crazy, insane, idiotic here at these cons. But at Everfree Northwest, when we first met, I was like, "Oh, hello, my name is SaberSpark. You're ACRaceBest.
Nice to meet you. I'm here for my interview.
Have a fun time at this con." And blah 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 blah.
Thank you.
And then Equestria LA popped up, and we hung out again at Disneyland. And there's something about Disneyland that brings out the best in people. He's like, "You like Mickey Mouse? I love Mickey Mouse. Let's be best of friends. Let's go on roller coasters." And then that's where it took off, literally.
Yeah. So that's how we all met. And then the question up here. Favorite pin of footage? There's a lot that are up there on they kind of plateau at the top
And
because
they're all Black Griffins.
All right.
Oh, I was actually gonna say, for anyone that's seen the last Bronies React, I was honestly surprised, even though he kept telling me what he was gonna do. When I got Jack's Blade's footage and saw what he actually did, I couldn't believe for how long he did it. And I was just like,
He went on like a 3-minute rant where he just screamed the entire time about Dragon Ball Z and comparing it to Al Pony. And he did it all in one take, and he was his voice was at the beginning, and then like on Skype I spoke to him after he recorded, and he's like, "I'm dead."
well, I asked him, I'm like, "You sent me 3 minutes of footage. Do you want to answer any of the questions?" He's like, "I can't." Okay. So next question. Yes. Yes. Next question. They asked about season 5 reaction, by the way, for those on the stream. And to backtrack, your question was about what was my favorite footage that I've ever received. And then,
You really suck at this, I see.
thank you.
You're welcome.
Well, I'm used to there being that additional mic that people talk into.
Yeah.
And so people are like,
Well, we technically could have done that. There's an additional mic over there. We could have done it since the start.
That's my.
oh, that would have been. See, I love doing the lines because then I feel like, okay, there was a legitimate line. Oh my
It's like
goodness.
He's rushing the stage.
But that's like a.
Oh, cool. They all line on up, I suppose, or what is that?
Is Bad's staff.
I totally get you. Oh, sorry.
I guess should we have people line up for?
I mean, we have like 20 minutes, right?
Yeah, let's do it.
25 minutes.
We got it.
Yeah, we'll do 25 minutes. Let's do like a quick line thing.
Yeah, so if you guys want to line up here, that way we could just keep track of all the questions and everything.
VIP.
Yeah, don't fight. All right.
Hang on. This mic needs a little more volume.
Is this thing on?
Yeah, it's on. Just
Okay.
All right. So what's your question?
Oh, yeah, give it the mic in. So, just to mention, 25 minutes, we don't have that much time, so we're not going to take as much time as we can with answers. You're
I'm
not
gonna
going to take time much
give
with
you
questions.
the most detailed answer I can think.
Shut up.
What are y'all's favorite moments of being in the fandom, you two? And what's the favorite song that you've ever produced?
You go first, you two. I'll think about
Favorite
this.
moment.
The moment when he produced Tombstone. Oh no, Discord. No, my favorite moment in the fandom. There's so many, but I guess just going to Disneyland with these guys back in like when Equestria was going on. Exactly.
My favorite moment was when actually I loved your song, but when Eurobeat did the remix of his song. I'm kidding you. Yes, I am kidding you.
By the way, that was Eurobeat, legitimately just angry. He was like, "Are you kidding me?"
My favorite moment was we met this little girl at BronyCon named Grayson, and she was the most adorable thing. And she knew who every Brony was. Like, she was so into the fandom, and just getting to know her and everything, it was like, my goodness, like, you see the impact that you can have on anybody, and that for me was like a highlight of being part of this fandom.
Favorite song produced? I think it's Good Old Days, but it's just because the reason is that until now, whenever I produce a song, that usually takes time because I'm always trying to perfect and everything. And Good Old Days was a thing that I thought of on the very same day, produced it on the very same day, and I just had to wait on Mike. And I think it was Jackalope didn't have to record anything. Mike just had to record his vocals, and that was like really quickly produced, and that's because I genuinely enjoyed making that song, and that's why a lot of my music after Good Old Days sounded like the same. That's why the Discord remixes sounding pretty similar, and that's why many songs afterwards sounded similar until I finally blacked out and said, okay, I need to change my style, seriously.
I love when you go bippity bop.
It's the name of the game.
I mean,
Yeah, exactly.
All right. You're welcome.
Thank you for
Thank
your
you.
question.
I have two questions. First, SaberSpark, I just freaked past you. Can I touch your butt?
You have $20?
Damn it!
Maybe next time.
And then,
I think you called me Saber Shark for a second. I'm like,
Saber Shark.
I like it. You want to buy a used car?
and then my second question is there any other YouTubers you guys like that aren't bronies?
Like John.
PewDiePie. Oh wow, no, that was a joke answer. I mean, I like him. No, seriously, I like him because he's a very nonchalant person for someone who has so many subscribers. But he acts dumb on YouTube because people are dumb. Like, most of his fans are dumb, I think. I'm not saying that you guys... Okay, now I just crossed the line, I'm sorry. But I genuinely think that... I just genuinely think that, like, he acts dumb on the internet because that's why people like him so much, but he's actually a very smart guy. I mean, some of the stuff that he says is actually pretty smart. But yeah.
Doesn't Justin Bieber have a YouTube page?
Justin Bieber can go
No, but
away.
he has a Vimo, right? Justin Bieber.
Justin Bieber.
For me, I would say LBTV Productions or Low Budget TV. Check it out.
That's yours.
That's my racing channel. Yeah, no, there's I don't really have any specific ones, but I kind of...
Mine?
Yeah, that's right. You're not a brony.
Oh, shoot, I messed up.
Oh no, I have a favorite YouTuber. The penguin, also known as Critical.
All right.
And
Yeah.
Red Letter Media, that's great too. Mr. Blanket.
All right, first thing I want to say, Tombstone, you're awesome.
Oh, thank you
The
so much.
rest of you?
You're awesome.
Get off the stage.
All right, and a question.
That's my panel now. Go away. No, but seriously, thank you so
And
much.
the
man.
question I wanted to ask is a two-parter. Number one, you two, what did you think when you first heard Bats by him? And second, Tombstone, what was the deal with the beginning of that?
I sit down with a P, you mean?
Yeah.
Okay.
What was...
Okay, you're first and then I'll explain.
Wait, you make music?
But that's why I'm here, right?
The musicians panel.
Right.
I make music?
Yeah.
What song was it? Bats?
The Stop the Bats remix.
Well, I
haven't seen it.
was most impressed with the fact that he was able to, first off, find and compile those 20 bats that he had, and then just like get them to all sing at once. It was phenomenal.
How'd you get rid of those
How did you do
rabies?
that? Yeah.
But I don't know. It was in Israel. There's many bats. There's fruit bats everywhere in my town. And that's serious talk. We have like fruit bats in where I live and everything. And every night it's like, I can't sleep. I'll make a song out of you just to make it stop. And that's how Stop the Bats was born. Anyway, real talk. Did you hear the remix or you didn't?
I still need to listen to it, seriously.
I don't know. It's not like you're missing anything. For those who didn't like listen to it, this is just a Stop the Bats remix where I just made a big room house track and just put like Stop the Bats a cappella over it. And for those who don't know what Big Room House is, it's that's Big Room House. And the thing is that because in SoundCloud, for those who follow me on SoundCloud, notice that I post a lot of jokes and stuff like that. And because of that, I said, since I'm into it right now, I should like use this. I Sit Down with a P by Tim and Eric. And put it in the beginning of the intro, and I just said, it's just it's a joke thing, and after that, after the intro, just the Stop the Bats thing started, and I'm just saying it's just a stupid joke, and for some reason, other people liked it, but some people took it really hard because it was featured on Equestria Daily, and people expected that legitimately it's going to be a pony song. But it's just controversy, whatever you say that word. Is stupid.
I like how you say it.
Thank
Controversy.
you. Controversy.
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 I have a couple questions. First of all, I'm going to quote Sean Baby and say controversy is just a word that means stupid people are about to turn their confusion into arguments. And second,
Good point.
Second, what was that about keeping the answer short?
Oh, whoops. English is not my first language. Sorry.
I just want to say you guys are really cool, and you guys are basically the reason why I got like really into the fandom. Like it was kind of a closet brony at first, but besides that, you guys are awesome. Thanks for doing what you guys do.
You're
My
welcome.
question is, what did you guys do before you got into the fandom? Like, how were you, and like what you acted like, and all that stuff?
I was in the mafia, leaving horse heads in people's beds. And I thought, I'd like to show about Pony. No, I was just going to college, just your typical, average teenage girl. That's it.
Dude, the mafia living horses' heads in the beds is just perfect answer. For this.
No, I'll be straightforward with this one. I was in a gang.
My joke!
No, you said mafia. No, as far as how I was, nothing's really changed on that front. It's just a lot more people know I exist now.
And then you're still in the gang. I see.
And half those people regret knowing that I exist now. I used to make videos on YouTube way before the Brony thing. And it was just, I liked making videos with taking like vacation videos and turning it in. And kind of what I've done with the Hawaii vlogs. I used to do that with old family videos too. So yeah, I liked editing, and they kind of just spawned into that.
All right, let's keep the answer short this time. Before I was like joined the fandom, I was just producing music as a hobby thing, and sometimes I used to like make music for like my friends' games that they used to make, like Nightmare House 2, for example. I used to be the musician for that, and after that I just made music, and after I joined the fandom, it's like I started to make more pony remixes and stuff like that. And I also, because I met so many other musicians, I actually improved so much like in the past 3 years. So if it wasn't for the fandom, I wouldn't met so many talented musicians and learned so much from them. So thank you so much. Yeah. Hello.
Hey, I have a
Discord.
question sort of on the YouTube front. You guys already had a little bit of experience with YouTube. Did you kind of bring that with you, sort of getting Bronies React up there, or did you have a specific strategy in place, or what did you kind of think? What was your strategy going forward, making that something known?
7-step plan.
Well, when I first started making the Bronies React, the first goal I had was I wanted to get people on it that people already would recognize from the fandom. Because I'm like, I want this to be something where they're like, oh, I know Denota's music, I know Tombstone's music, I know Solrex screaming, Dusty Cat's mustache, I know that. Just something that people would already kind of have that relation to. Because I knew that going into it, no one was going to know who I was. I had made 2 PMVs that made it on Equestria Daily at that point. And
I was one of those people. When I first watched it, I was like, Dusty Cat, Tombstone. Who's ACRaceBest?
You said it wrong. But, so that was my first goal with the first Bronies React, was because I'm like, if we can do that, we'll just see how it goes. And really, the video kind of wrote itself. The way that people reacted, the way that it just kind of flowed, I was like, this is going together really easily because the content that these guys sent me was just great. And so yeah, I mean, really the strategy on my part after getting the footage was I wanted to put out the absolute best product I could. I took a lot of time on it, just putting it together, and hit release. And what happened. I was serious. I still am today surprised at what happened after hitting upload. I never would have expected that, but I'm very humbled. I'm touched.
That was insightful. Thank you.
I'm touched by these guys up here. Thanks, Travis.
Hello.
Mine's not really a question, but my brother, who's in boot camp, he really wanted to come, but he has pneumonia. So could y'all look into the camera and say, "Get well soon, Davey"?
Get well soon, David. Stay safe in boot camp.
Thank you.
Woo!
Thank you.
And stay off of the pneumonia.
I think Marines, right? Marines.
What is your favorite least favorite song based on how many people ask you about it?
Tomb?
Wait, what's the question again? I got distracted, sorry.
What's your least favorite song based on how many people ask you about it?
Like, what's my least favorite?
Yeah.
Gangnam Style, right?
like the obvious answer is like Discord remix, but it's I don't know. It's like I'm not like it's a hard. What? It's Louis the Elaborate out of the blue. It's like, oh, I remember that song, but that's like a sad story too. But whatever. Because it's a song that I made with Ed Gould, and that's why. I will talk probably about it later. Who knows? So Discord remix, but then again, I don't hate any of the songs that I released. I used to kind of like hate Discord remix because it was really popular, and I didn't think that the popularity deserves it. But to be honest, it's like whatever. It's like you improve with each song, and each song kind of like gets you better and better. And even if there are songs that get more popular than others don't, whatever. It's not a big deal.
Plus, I imagine that feedback, like or I should say, most kind of feedback is always kind of a good thing.
No, yeah, and actually, funny thing is that yesterday I checked one of my recent songs. I just released a remix of something, and some guy just said like, "Wow, your music is poop," and I really hate it. And he said it to all of my videos. And I just decided out of the way, I'm just respond to him and tell him like, "Dude, I'm not joking, and I'm not saying thank you so much for this comment because I'm not ignorant to the fact that you're trying to be mean or anything. It's because if only I got just positive feedback, I would stop making music." If I would get like also negative, that would help me improve and know where I failed. And even if it's just, oh, your song sucks. Okay, that's good. That's somewhere to start from. Whatever. So thank you. No, seriously.
So it was Discord?
Yeah. To answer your question, answer short. Why is Sock at doing those things? My God. Discord remix, yes.
Follow up question. Are you going to do an edited version of Discord?
What do you mean? It's like I just put ear horns over it all the time?
Maybe a version that has more of a Eurobeat to it.
Anyway, you're welcome.
Just one question. Yes. Will you react to season 5?
That was a good question. I don't know what to say.
Sounds like a walrus.
I actually have another question. What got you to doing what you're doing now? Hard drugs.
Morphia. Soft drugs like gummy bear.
That's not a drug.
Trivia.
Well, the Haribo ones. You see what they do. Jim, how did you... What happened that made you do what you do?
Coffee.
Coffee? Like I said, I've always been editing. Like, since I was young, I don't know why. I just was like, I want to edit stuff. And I just kind of started doing it, and, you know, really, it's where you find the outlet. Like, when I made my channel originally, I thought I was going to make Chippendale Rescue Ranger videos all the time. And I made one called Chipception, using the Inception trailer and putting over the...
Are you talking about the male dancers?
Yeah. Is that a problem?
No, it's not.
And then it just kind of led to the pony stuff, so...
I just, since I was a kid, I was just really fascinated with the fact that music is like a language that I find like easier to understand than any other language, because even though it's kind of like a personal story, but I only started to speak at the age of 5, and because of that, Hebrew and also English is why sometimes it's hard for me to speak that, and why it sounds like a pretentious thing to say that, I understand music better. But it's true, because it's like music is one of the things that you can kind of like emotionally get invested into and understand better. And that's why every time I hear music, it's like I learn better how to speak music, so to speak. So it's, that's why I always get better and better as a language by speaking music. So yeah.
Do you have any tips?
What, sorry?
Do you have any tips?
My wallet's empty, sorry.
Here's $5. Make it rain. Tips, it's just, it's interesting because when it comes to music or any forms of art, it's all about basically just, the more you listen to it, the more you do and get invested into it, then you either become two things. One, you become a creator or become a guy who criticizes art. So it's really just about, seeing where you fit in when it comes to just getting invested into it, and then also get yourself into actually trying. Because here's the thing: when you make your first song, you immediately suck, and even when you make your 1000th song, you suck as well. And you just get better and better as the more you suck and suck and suck and suck. So just
aim to suck less.
Just expect that whatever you make isn't perfect, and you just keep going at it no matter what.
Yeah, just don't give up. I mean, no matter what, sometimes you won't hit success right away. Sometimes you'll be making stuff and be like...
It all depends on luck, really.
Yeah, timing, luck. I mean, just do it. As long as you're doing it because you love to do it.
It's timing. It really is timing.
Yeah.
It's dumb luck timing. It's being in the right place at the right time.
Right.
It really is.
So just have dumb luck. There you go. That's the best tip we can offer.
Spec into luck and not agility.
Are you still reacting to season 5? Are you still reacting to season 5?
Yeah. Whenever that comes around. Unless Amy Larson ruins it.
All right, next question.
Okay, let me introduce myself. My name is Brandon Rodriguez. I'm from Pasadena, Texas. Because I'm a Prince Charming the Bronies, because it's all I'm really good, because all these Brony fans really love My Little Pony a lot, but they were all kind of good. And of course, but I never heard of you guys, because do you ever get like some Brony reaction to like some fan animations like My Little Portal, Children of the Night, and about some kind of a fan animated movie called My Little Pony Journey of the Sparks. It was by Aaron Bonner. Because it's never been noticed, because all these fans want to like make some like fan animations and stuff like that. If I was a director of fan animations, I should ask the Silly Philly Studios to make My Little Pony: The Adventures of Princess Luna and the Angel of Darkness.
This sounds like a plug. Like, this sounds like a commercial.
Oh, we get paid for this.
Yeah, is this a sponsored video
He has like
or what?
a 20 in his back pocket, like.
Yeah, well, sorry, I'm just autistic and autism.
No, you're fine.
No, it's whatever.
I'm just a really coolest one, because I know you guys were guys a group called, what's your group team you guys called?
The Losers.
Yeah.
I see, yeah, but you guys are not the Losers, but I say you guys made it a great one, because you have like a great panel, and you guys may have like a great coolest Brony reaction, because what's really cool is that like if your next Brony reaction like in season 5, because I like in the season 4 finale about like Discord who got the flowers to Celestia, because that was really romance. That was really cool. I mean,
Right.
I liking it, but E.G. Rainbow Rocks is coming too, but I'm just glad. But I gotta say something to you guys, because you guys made it the best, coolest reaction for you guys, and of course, you will.
Yeah. Sorry about that, dude.
Thank you for the kind words.
No, seriously.
Yeah. No, we appreciate it, dude, and we're glad you watched it. And I mean, that's what it's all about. It's like we're making it so we can see what you all think about it. So thank you.
So what's your next Brony reaction?
It's coming when season 5 happens.
Well, I was going to say
the cease and desist.
In the foreseeable future, right now, I think there's a thing coming out that involves equestrian girls. Yeah.
Well, that's
never gonna happen.
Yeah, so I just say you guys made the best going team. So
Thank
you.
You're welcome.
Thank you all, Brony fans, and thank you all panelists for coming here. Of course, I want to thank to my mom for coming here to take me there to Fiesta Equestria. So
Awesome. Thank you, Prince Charming.
Thank you, man. Have a good con.
By the way, guys, I'm very sorry, but I have to actually go to prepare for my panel, so I'm really sorry. But anyway,
give me a hug, Tomb.
Oh, get a room.
You'll get a hug in my panel.
Tombstone.
Now that's a plug. You get a hug in my panel if you come right now.
If you stay here, we get
You got nothing
donuts.
to No. Billy Mays here.
Air donuts.
Air nuts.
Billy Mays here. You go to my panel, nothing to lose, you got everything to gain. Come to my panel right now. Cheers.
So yeah, and then we just have about bye Tombstone. So we have about 5 more minutes.
Stay here.
Yeah, don't go anywhere.
All right. Let's.
I see where your loyalties lie.
The Brony.
I heard that Tombstone beats baby seals with dubs and wubs.
So next question.
All right, so you're on my hit list. You're on my hit list.
How much longer do we have?
We got there's an hour of airtime or nothing after this, so we can just keep going for.
All
a
right,
little bit.
so a challenge for everybody.
Let's get to this line.
Limit your questions.
We can for sure get. We'll definitely answer every question that's in this line. Now everyone else leaves. They're like, okay.
Bye. The Tombstone panel's beginning.
That was a good question.
All right, what's up?
I'm good.
You're like, what's the Tombstone panel?
Yeah, look where everyone's going. All right. Seriously though, what do you?
Now he gets the better mic. Everyone's gone now. They can hear you just be like, hi. I love you. Oh.
I know, the SAT.
Wait, this is going to throw me off. So, Tombstone.
East. I am the Tombstone. I come from the land of the rising sun. That's Japan. It's like I'm a poli-sci major. I don't even know where like half the world. Well, your question.
Yeah. So
somebody's been chewing on this pen. Your question.
Perfect scenario for Bronies Reacts. I know you've thought about it. You want that perfect scenario to happen one day for them to react to it. What is that?
So you're asking what would be the perfect thing to react to?
Like you probably thought about it in passing. Like, oh man, I hope this happens in the fandom or in the show, so that.
Oh, honestly, when I found out actually that Equestria Girls had a sequel, I was super excited because that was like one of those like I found out about it kind of early actually, and I was like, you know what? I'm actually looking forward to this. So, granted, like the original movie, the Equestria Girls movie, I guess you could say it has redeeming factors.
It's over.
But no, I'm looking forward to get to that point. What I'm hoping for, the thing I've been waiting for this whole time, was just an Equestria Girls trailer, something that just is like an actual trailer, not a short clip of pony people dancing around. Like I'm like, give me something to go off of there. So that's what I've been looking for. There are a lot of shorts, but then I'm just like, okay, now she's dancing and walking across the street. Vinyl scratch. No.
Thank you.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi.
This is for ACRaceBest. What does the AC stand for?
All right, so I've been answering this.
Automated cucumber.
Well, welcome to Houston air conditioning. Look how disappointed your face got. He's like, I've been waiting all my life to know this answer. No, the AC, I answered this at MSP as well, and I mention it from time to time, but the AC actually stands for Acorn Cafe. Like I mentioned that I started by doing Rescue Ranger videos, Chippendale Rescue Ranger videos, and there's a forum for that called the Acorn Cafe. And ACRaceBest, which was my original like moniker, was taken apparently on YouTube. It's like you can't use that, and I'm like, all right, search ACRaceBest. Nothing comes up, and I'm like, thanks YouTube. So that's where the AC got plopped in on there. So yeah, plop, plunger.
I watch it for the plop. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Hey, so I was just wondering, because I find this an interesting question to ask, well, just about anyone.
I'm looking forward to it.
How did you guys, what are your stories of how you first, well, one, discovered MLP, and then how you went from being, oh, this is a show about cartoon ponies, to, oh, this is a show about cartoon ponies?
I've streamlined this story, but I want to hear yours.
Well, I was going to say that we get asked these questions a lot, and I never get tired of answering them. So if you guys ever feel like you're asking a question that, like...
I change my story every time, actually.
I know. That's I
go from the real one where, yeah, it's like, well, you know, I got back from the war.
Yeah, but no, yeah, so as far as this question goes, it's like basically the initial reaction to the show and then how it ended up getting you into the show. So you want me to go first?
By all means.
All right, Sarah, can you stand up? All right, see that girl right there? That's the reason I got into the show. She forced me to watch an episode.
How could you?
How dare you? Look what you've done to my life!
Look at his shirt!
So Sarah, you can sit if you want to. But
please stand back up.
She has her badge now. She could do what she wants. Toodles. So what happened was some of my friends online were watching the show, and for those that don't know, Sarah and I are just now finishing the portion of being in a long-distance relationship.
They made it!
Yeah, 5.5 years of long distance. We're getting an apartment in 2 weeks, so... Yeah! So we, you know, through the Acorn Cafe, we've met a lot of friends and whatnot that we now talk about pony stuff with, and everything else, mainly TF2. It's like it's the ultimate internet friendship model. But
until they play Pyro against you, and then it's all gone to heck.
And Sarah's always the Pyro. You're like, so what happened, long tangent into it, is that some of my friends were talking about the show, and I was just not really interested, but I was like, that's nice, cool, whatever. Cartoons, nice. And I viewed it almost in the sense that I'm going to take that back. I was going to say I viewed it in the sense that I look at anime, where I feel like, I don't really watch it. I don't really feel like I'm missing anything. Like, I'm not putting down anime. It's something I never got into. But for My Little Pony, specifically, Sarah was like, just watch one episode with me. You might enjoy it. I was like, I'm not going to enjoy it. It's My Little Pony. Yeah, I grew up watching the cartoons of My Little Pony, all the toys, I was like, no! Like, I'm the same way with the movie Twilight. And I was like, I'm not gonna watch it. There's a sense of my inside, it's not gonna be good. So she showed me Fall Weather Friends. And almost immediately, I'm a race fan, so that's where that one, she was like, I know what I'm doing. And immediately I'm like, I like this character Rainbow Dash. She's actually pretty cool. And I like the dynamic of the characters and everything. Pretty cool for a pony, right? It was okay for a pony show. Yeah, and then college came up a week later. I really didn't look into the show any further. And I had a couple days off, and I'm like, you know what? Just for the hell of it, I'm going to... What?
For the heck of it.
Just for the Tartarus of it.
Where is the church panel tomorrow morning?
So I decided I'll watch the first episode and see how it is. Okay, it's a two-parter. Watch the second episode. And about 6 hours later, I was like, what happened? I watched the entire first season in 3 days, so I've been a fan ever since. It's one of those that you have to just kind of go in with the
drunk. I got my trunk.
So I mean that's the long version of that story, but basically it was actually the long ADD version of that story.
For me, I was in college. I was just browsing YouTube, saw a bunch of pony stuff popping up like on there and meme base. I'm like, what's with the ponies? Watched an episode, thought, it's not that great. Whatever, it's not for me. I saw a lot of more memes popped up. I'm like, I want to know what these jokes mean. Like these, 20% cooler and 10 seconds flat. What is this about? This seems kind of like the new trend. And I watched another episode, and it was the Griffin, the Brush Off, and I'm like, these characters are disgusting. I hate them. And then I saw the one with the Diamond Dogs. I'm like, oh, this is actually a really good show. One thing led to another, and boom, you're a brony. That's the gunshot, actually. Boom.
Well, thank you very much, guys. And Saber, thank you for the hug last year.
You another one.
That was a memorable hug.
They never.
I haven't taken a shower since.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello.
You guys are really awesome, really cool.
Thank you.
Thank you. I'm glad to see that we've tricked you.
You have low expectations.
Where's the Living Tombstone panel?
Outside, across the street.
5 miles north into the interstate. Near the toilet clogging panel.
What's your favorite crossover? What crossover would you like with My Little Pony?
Pacific Rim. I've made video about that. And I'm still disappointed that no one's taking advantage of that content crossover.
I don't know how I can really top that one.
You can't.
So, you know what I actually loved was someone a long time ago made a Lord of the Rings crossover with like the Cutie Mark Crusaders.
Oh, that was Jacob Movies, the Scootaloo with the golden hoof. Yeah.
So that was an entertaining one. So I'll say that one.
Like Hedgehog the Sonic.
Hedgehog gotta go fast. Scenic.
Oh, thank you.
Hey, D Pony. I'll show you a picture.
Well, just look in the mirror. That's what he looks like.
Oh, that's who he is.
Y'all have any preferred visual artists, with paints or just draws?
Galaxy Art's good. You got a bunch of friends who just do the PNB stuff and editing and drawing and animating. So to play favorites, but them.
Because I put her through so much already just this morning, I'm actually gonna shout out my girlfriend Toodles3702 on DeviantArt. That's actually what I call her. Like her name's Sarah, but I'm like, hey Toodles3702.
Dude, Toodles3702.
So she does a lot of art and whatnot. So I'm gonna give her shout out.
She's still angry at you.
I know she is. You can tell. She's like, no, I'll kill you later.
She's sharpening her knife on her whetstone. Thank you.
Rob?
Hey, you're cosplaying as my fanfic.
Garbage.
I aim to please. Anyway, burgers or tacos?
Man, those are so different, though. Depends what mood I'm in.
Waffles.
Yeah, waffles.
Burgers or tacos? You know what? Oh, man. I love... Oh, God.
Hard shell tacos or soft shell tacos? Hard shell or soft shell?
I think if it's a hard shell, I'm going to go with burgers.
Yeah, same. I don't like
soft
hard
shell.
shells. Because hard shell's breaking like, oh, God.
But like soft
it's a taco salad.
That's tough. I feel like you can do... Oh, man. I'm going to say burgers.
Yeah, burgers.
Alright, thanks.
Dang it.
I tried so hard to not do it.
Who do you guys ship the most? Or what's your favorite ship?
Rainbow Dash and Derpy.
I saw that coming, actually. I was like, yeah.
Favorite ship? The Titanic kind of was a letdown.
The Mayflower was nice.
Well, not when you're on it. Have you seen... Never mind.
Who do you ship with Discord?
The USS Arizona.
That's not...
But that ship sunk.
Yeah, I've seen pictures.
We're dark, aren't we? Some Navy veterans watching the stream and they're like, oh...
You started with a Titanic joke.
That was yesterday. Favorite ship? Oh, I don't know. What do you think? I mean,
you know what's funny? As I'm just throwing this out there, that Ashley Ball supports the same.
Applejack and Rainbow Dash.
Applejack and Rainbow Dash.
It's on their Instagram.
She put it up there, so
she's like, one love, and it's like Hasbro's like.
Hasbro's like, we should explore that.
What's a ship?
I know.
What are these Canadians up to?
Do you know how frustrating it must be for Hasbro to like try and keep up with the Brony fandom? They're just like, what does this term mean now?
All right,
what's the internet?
Rule 30 what? Those poor Hasbro interns. I've seen things. What's Doctor Who's?
Everyone asks who is best pony, but who is worst pony? The pony.
Who's your favorite pony race? Rainbow Dash? Yeah, she's worst pony. No, worst pony. I thought Sombra really was let down. You were let down. Go back to
Say it to his face!
Dictatorship in Africa, all right? Don't give Somalians.
I particularly have this... I don't mean to call any out specific characters, but since it came up, there is a character in the show. If you're watching the crowd scene after Cadence and Shining Armor get married, it's about 3 inches up the screen on your regular monitor and about 2 inches to the right. There's a pony there that it's just this dot, but my God, that thing has been just bugging me since it showed up.
What?
We all have our problems, all right?
I guess.
That is worst pony.
Thank you.
Hi there. My question is for SaberSpark.
Yes.
All right. The first 2 videos I saw of yours.
Nice pajamas.
Thank you very much. The first 2 videos I saw of yours were the 2 that were selected by the Jay Holler top 10 videos. You know, the leaving the fandom, they're throwing pandas at us, and how not to react to the alicorn. And I'm just curious. Both of those I thought were extremely funny, and yet down to earth. They were offering like a little bit of common sense.
You are too kind.
Well, I mean, you know how everybody, I mean, how people can be. So my question to you is, you know, when you do videos like that level of common sense satire, do you get more people coming to you in the comments saying, "Oh my God, you're right, I'm being an idiot," or do you get a lot of haters going because you're essentially making fun of the way they react?
More of anything, people are like, do you have any roommates? Because you're just screaming in your house, and it's like all my dogs are like cornered. They're like, why is he screaming rolling on the ground with a turkey baster on his head? Humans are weird.
I know this isn't a question for me, but it's something that we always bring up when that video gets brought up, the alicorn one, is that Saber and I did practically the same video and uploaded it at the same time.
That's what cemented our friendship.
Yeah, we never had discussed it or anything, and it was both of us flailing ourselves all over our apartments.
I uploaded mine like 5 minutes earlier. No joke, because I remember uploading mine.
That's because my internet was slower.
And then I looked on the newsfeed. I'm like, this is the exact same video of his version. Rich, how did you know? How did you copy my
video? People were contacting me going, did you and Saber plan this? And I was like,
nope. That was
plan what? Like, I didn't know. I had no idea you had a video out.
That was lightning in a bottle right there.
Oh.
But I honestly forget the question. The
comments.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. You always get a mixed batch of comments from people who are like, you're overreacting, or you're making fun of us, or and I'm like, it honestly was just an idea that popped in my head. I'm like, I'll just make this today. Whatever comes of it, comes of it. So.
It reminds me of a video that we made last year at this convention when we did the Hasbro versus conventions, and everyone was commenting going, what happened? Like, people thought that it was like a serious thing. Like, is Hasbro going around shutting down conventions right now? Like, people were actually getting really concerned. We're like, guys, it was a joke.
Sit down, breathe.
So, yeah. And then Hasbro came after us.
What's up, guys?
Hey.
My question's for ACRaceBest. You talk a lot about contacting bronies that you want to be on the Bronies React.
Mm-hmm.
I was just wondering, have you ever contacted someone and they didn't want to be on, they refused
Yes.
to?
Ooh, yeah.
Yes. Here's a fun one. So, I actually, who here knows who Hot Diggity Demon is? All right. Well, you know how the guy is. He has like that. I don't even know the personality around him. That just like I don't know how to describe.
He's a very like. I mean, it's funny because it's an act. I'm gonna be real. He's got this pessimistic, like looking down upon everything. Like, this is stupid. And video games are dumb. Anime's disgusting. And then animations are dumb. And then he's like making cartoons of his own. he's
and his
thing.
with his Dot Mob series and everything, and it just, I mean, the guy is like, he'll crack you up if you get that type of humor, you know.
It's definitely a brand of humor you have to learn to appreciate.
Yeah. So anyways, I went to him once. I'm trying to even remember what video it was.
Was it Smile HD? Or was it a
I don't
season 4?
I don't think it was Smile HD, but it wasn't an episode.
I think it was a season 4 intro.
Cupcakes, maybe?
It could have been.
Maybe.
I don't think it was a Halloween React. Because I remember, like, for the Halloween React, if you guys don't know or haven't seen, we actually dress up in costume. It's just one of those things we do. Everyone's like, man, that sounds lame. So I don't think it was for that one, but regardless, I contacted him knowing he was probably going to respond with something along the lines of, "Are you kidding me?" And he actually gave me this like, cause you know, that was a shot in the dark. I'm like, you know, I'm just going to take a chance and just see how that one goes. And for him, he actually sent me back this like full-on thoughtful reply. Like, you know, he declined, and really his reasoning was he was like, you know, I just don't think that I would do it justice. He's like, yeah, I don't really consider myself to be as much of a fan of the show. You know, I liked doing the animation that I did with it, but his biggest thing was he's like, I just don't want to misrepresent. And I was like, wow. You know?
I got a chance to talk to him at Everything with West, and he's a very thoughtful, well-spoken kind.
I love this cosplay, by the way. She made the whole thing herself.
Isn't that amazing?
Look at that.
That's from TF2. That's great. Oh, the little playboy.
Yeah, that does deserve a round of applause.
Yeah, that's awesome. And there's a possum on her back.
So you were talking about hot diggity.
He is just a really nice guy. You think like, oh, he's always making fun of bronies, or he hates My Little Pony. No, he likes the show and he likes the fans. He thinks they're really nice. He just doesn't, you know, like express it the same way people are like, fun. He's like, I guess it's good.
Yeah. There have been others, specifically the biggest, between like, it was like a 50-50 split was when I made the first one, because a lot of people either didn't respond, or some people were like, this sounds like a dumb idea and will never be successful. And I was like, oh, okay. I'm actually thrilled with the people who were on that first one. It was a smaller list, but it was a good list. I was happy with it. So, yeah, there have been people, but you know, like I said earlier, you take the good with the bad. You know that people always can be like, no. And I was actually more thrilled with the way he answered no than probably any way he could have answered yes, because I was like, oh wow, like he actually cares.
Senpai noticed.
But I assume most people, when you ask them, they usually say, "Oh, yeah, I'd love to."
I've had people come to me, surprising as that may sound. Can I be in Bronies React? And one of them was a guy. He had this moniker, Christ Kids, and I'm like, I think I've seen this name before, and it turns out to be now one of my best friends, Black Griffin. So he was like, "Hey, I like what you do, and you know, if you're ever looking for someone," and I was like, "Oh." No. So yeah.
Thank you.
Favorite Team Fortress 2 class and best achievement on it?
It was engineer for the longest time for me.
That's such a lazy class, though.
Hey, you know what? That's an unappreciated class.
I hate playing paleo when he's an engineer, because like on Skype and he
depends on the engineer.
No, I hate him because he'll like nest up and just every time I die, he'll be like, I killed you. I'm like, oh, I'm murder this kid. But a demo man or a heavy with a good medic, because you can really break through the front lines with that stuff. Achievements, I don't even know. I don't play the game enough to know the achievements. I guess.
Yeah, I'm pretty much my two most played classes on there are engineer and sniper. I like being useful.
Or Alex S, though, he's fun to play TF2 with. He is a miracle with spy, and he has this great spy, he can impersonate the voice. He's like, I'm going to kill you. I can't give.
He does it throughout the whole game too, so you're just like, all right.
Oh, I suck as a scout. Inside jokes around. I'm sorry, but no, heavy and demo man.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hello, Fluttershy.
I was gonna say, I couldn't tell if those were piercings or teeth, but now I can tell.
Who's better, Fluttershy or Flutterbat?
In what scenario? Trick question. I'm gonna say Fluttershy because she's so sweet and quiet and not gonna bite you. That's what I'm gonna say.
I mean, aren't the two the same to a degree? It's like, who's your favorite, the Hulk or Bruce Banner?
The Hulk.
That's true. Never mind.
Yeah.
What am I thinking? I'll probably say Fluttershy just because she's. I consider Flutterbat to be a part of Fluttershy, so this is probably not the answer you want. You want to hear Flutterbat, so Flutterbat. You look awesome.
Oh, I didn't even think about that. It's too early for that. Flutterbat's awesome.
What's early for you?
It's
2 p.m. People are sleeping.
It's only almost. I can't do math. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, is this last question then? We'll wrap it up with this one.
For Saber, serious question.
Yes.
Life or death. Did you bring the Guess Who game?
No, I did not. I was gonna make a video with Guess Who with a couple of friends of mine, and finding the game was difficult because the new modern version of Guess Who has been so politically correct, and it's stands up now instead of laying down with the little pieces, and it's like all the corners are rounded, so it's man, this thing looks like it's. I might as well tape some pillows to the sides of it so kids don't poke their eyes out or get hurt their feelings.
True or false? They should make
a My Little Pony Guess Who.
My Little Pony Guess Who.
That'd be kind of cool, actually.
That would be cool.
It hasn't been done yet. All you gotta do is replace the cards with Little Pony cards.
Yeah.
That's it, yeah. Somebody do that.
Is your character a dragon? You win.
Is your person ruining the show?
Yeah, I thought you packed it in your pun video.
Oh, yeah. No. I forgot. TSA took it away. Guess what?
I tried, the last convention we went to was MLP, MSP, and
That's all, folks.
Exactly. In Minnesota, and Saber had some trouble going through TSA, and it actually sped up the process of going through security.
Out. I got pulled aside for special screening, and I'm like, I'm a middle-class white man. What do you expect from me? I pay my taxes. Well, they told me I fly from Atlanta, which is Hartsfield-Jackson, which is the busiest airport in the world, and they pulled me to the side, and they're like, "You've been selected for special screening." I'm like, "Oh God!" And they said, "Hold your hands out." And I hold my hands out. And they took this little tissue and they dabbed my hands, and they're like, "That's it. You can move on now." That's it. That's special screening. I think we got a suspected terrorist. Put your hands out. All right, you're good to go.
So Saber's advice to everybody was, if you want to get through security fast, look suspicious.
Yeah, because they'll pull you aside for special screening.
I love how we're spreading this information around. If you want to get through everyone's like,
dude. One time I got through TSA in Hartsfield with a can of mace. I know it sounds crazy.
A.M.A. Larson in the Everfree Forest?
No, but I went backpacking and hiking. I always bring mace with me because, there might be people after me. I don't know. Or bear. I don't think a can of mace that big will stop a bear. But because I go hiking in the Appalachian Trail, North Georgia, and I put it in my backpack, and I packed my backpack for the trip, and I didn't realize the mace was in there. So I got from Hartsfield-Jackson to LA. I was going through the LA security check, and I saw the can of mace, and I saw the sign that says, "If you're caught with this, it's a $30,000 fine." I'm like, whoop, into the trash you go. Bye. And I thought, wow, that goes to show you how good our security is doing. I got through security at Hartsfield-Jackson, the busiest airport in the world, with a can of mace. TSA doesn't work.
But yeah, so the suspicious thing didn't work for me. Yeah, but I think that's about a wrap.
Yeah, they have another panel coming.
You guys sat through more than you ever.
Thank you. You all make it worthwhile. So thank you all so much.
Give it up. We'll see you around the convention.
Have a great time, guys. Take care.